Hey guys, welcome to another session of RBTL, or Reading Between the Lines. This week we have, I would say less exciting news for myself, just because I own Tywin. But if you don't own Tywin, I would say you should be a bit hyped for this. Tywin drop rate up. I think this is the first time ever happening in all servers across the board. And from my understanding, I don't know if Korea had Tywin's side story before. But if he's like an older hero, I'm assuming that they must have. So I'm not gonna go on a limb and just saying that they don't or have. It doesn't matter. But at least for global, we get his side story. So unspoken truth. So it's kind of cool. I think yeah, that runaway king, the guy with the glasses. Who's Tywin's brother? I swear, like I read a story where like it revealed Tywin's brother, and I'm just like, that's Tywin's brother? He's a knight or something, I think. But anyways, regardless, I get to know more about Tywin. So maybe more voice acting from Jay. But I'll probably try to imitate Tywin's voice and not give him some derpy voice. Feels bad, man. Carando? That's pretty good. I had to like reread that one. He says Tywin's brother is Ty Lose. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. That he's just like, he's not even a class of hero. So Tywin's like a knight. His brother Ty Lose is like some like bum on the street, but is actually a thief and a really OP one. Dun dun dun. Anyways, no, I know that there's someone in the game is Tywin's brother. I just can't remember off the top of my head. Anyways, side story, not too much to talk about. I will want to talk about Tywin just a bit, but I'm not gonna expand on him too much because I've talked about him in length in my top 5 ice heroes, my picks of top five ice heroes, and I've also think I've also talked about him in my GVG heroes video. So I mean, there's a lot of information that I provided, and of course information outside of me as well, so you guys won't need my expertise on it, I think. Nightmare Mask, Blessing of Orbis, of course. Anyone who is an Aries would benefit from this. So if you have Kayron, you know, if you wanted to build Sid, those are at least the two of my favorites. Cleary, Falcon Cleary, if you know, wanted to level up something. Nightmare Mask is really good to have here. Blessing of Orbis, of course, and then Path Power Loop. I would say though that Tywin is actually worth the investment. I've been kind of using him not too seriously, only as a CR pusher and attack buffer for Sez. And you know, at level 50, he's actually performing really well. So I don't know if I'm actually gonna make him into a 6-star just yet. Not because he's bad, just because he's already so good at 5-star, and like, you know, I'm kind of saving my 6-star fodder just to see if I wanted to, you know, wait for another hero that maybe an off banner, maybe a lucky Euphine, or maybe Fallen Cecilia, huh? Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, Min7, you get a shout out here for you. He said Smilegate releases Luluka, underwhelming AOE Defense Breaker, and then proceeds to release Tywin. Yeah, that's kind of weird, huh? Both ice, and Tywin's the better defense breaker. I forgot who it was. Was it PMA? Anyway, someone from our Discord was pulling on the Luluka banner, got Tywin, and I'm just like, you're done. Just like, don't bother. Other than the Spirit's Breath artifact, like, don't bother. You already got the better defense breaker. So feels bad, man. But yeah, if you like pulled for Luluka, you know, because you don't have a AOE defense breaker, let's say you don't have like Bologna, you don't even have Tenebria, alright? And the reason why I put Tenebria in that tone is because she's a fire hero. And you're pulling for Luluka for a defense breaker, but you already had Tywin, you know, well, the Luluka banner's already gone anyways. I would have suggested, like, you know, don't bother right now. Other than, I would say, like, PvE, you would never really see her as 3 stacks. Even with the Tisa Scepter, I don't even think rounds go that deep into it, unless you can bait away the enemy. But Tywin actually has, like full-on, like, you know, utility. Even if it's not for Sez, just for anything else, he's actually really good. So, you know, and a pretty good imprint too. I believe it's health imprint. Actually, I don't have it open here. Actually, I could double check. We can come back to this right in a second. Tywin drop rate up. Yeah, this one. Okay, so does it show it? No, it doesn't show it. I'm pretty sure it's like health or attack, something useful, something pretty useful. Since we're here anyways, just a really quick thing, so recap if other people are not watching my other videos. S3 is incredibly great. After Smilegate gave him a buff, he has a maximum of 100% defense break. That's the highest defense breaker. Of course after Malagora, highest defense breaker without any sort of different like circumstance where like Bellona has to like get her focus up and then proc it from her S1 in order to get 100% defense break. He has 100% defense break right in his kit, and that's what makes him, I would say, like the best defense breaker right now. Following that, of course, he's an ice hero as well, so it really benefits in the current meta right now. Increases his defense for 3 turns, very beneficial for him. That self buff, really good to keep him alive. And then he does damage, increases his max health. All of his quote-unquote damaging skill does skill from health, while albeit you most likely would build him for decently high health. I think speed is where he would come in handy the most. He already has 110 speed, so that's 10 more than Crow. And so generally scaling with a 25% speed set, he already gets like, I don't know, like two or three more speed than Crow off the bat, just from the set itself. So you can get him to like 200 speed pretty easily, just as long as you have a couple speed substats. I know that I've seen that people with a 220 speed Tywins easily, or even more. Granting that defense break. Keep in mind that actually his soul burn is takes 20 souls, but also grants another turn. So what he can do, let's say if you run like like several mages on your team with like Toggle Ancient Book, and let's say you have him at a solid like 220-230 speed, right? 230 is a bit stretching. 220 already requires like really high speed substats in every piece of gear with this 40 speed boot. If you have him decently fast, like over the enemy, what you can do is do a soul burn on his S3, defense break AOE, and then do like the S2 for example. Grants a 30% CR boost to himself and to his target, both granting a critical hit chance buff, which is 50% critical hit chance, and an increased attack buff as well. So it's all around really good. So you could be like a defense breaker with a CR pusher, push up your DPS before the enemy goes, and then still be able to like get the kill, like and it depends on how many souls you have. So recently I've been using him with Sez a lot, and it's nice to have the soul burn ready for his S3 and into his S2. And then if you have 2 mages with Toggle Ancient Book, you can have some sort of dual Toggle Ancient Book, and then you have both of them do soul burns. And if you have like, let's say, C Dom in it, and you have Tywin's crit rate up pretty high, his AOE defense break, if you land a couple crits there, pumps up C Dom, so C Dom can further do a bit of more damage just to cut down someone's HP, so Sez can really end the cleave. His S1's really good as well, up to a 75% chance to dispel 1 buff, and of course, like you see there, proportional to caster's max health. Anyways, I've done theory crafting on how to kind of use him, how to build him, further in other videos, so definitely check those out. Anyways, back to our main content here. Just wanted to say, so yeah, we talked about the catalyst, 3 gold transmit stone. 3 silver transmit stones. So for usual, like I guess shorter events. Actually, wait, how long does this run? I'm pretty sure it's 2 weeks. Yeah, two weeks. Just like normal. So it's data mined that Kisei may be returning banner that's coming after Tywin. So just keep in mind, if you're a free-to-play player or even a pay-to-play player, but you are wanting to like kind of save on bookmarks and you don't have both of them, it's just something to keep in mind that Kisei apparently is data mined to come next. So just keep that in mind if you're pulling for Tywin. If you already have AOE defense breakers and you kind of like want to play a bit pull a bit just for Tywin, I would say go a bit, but you don't have to go like super hard. I feel like Tywin's like one of those ones that, you know, you can get him off banner. In fact, actually, that's how I got my Tywin. Got him off banner as well. I just feel that you don't need to really go crazy for him. You know, a 100% defense break is great, but you still have to, you know, roll that effectiveness against effect resistance anyway. So it's like, you know, would you really be missing that 25 to 20% defense break from other defense breakers? I don't know. You tell me. Powder of Knowledge shop is getting refreshed, so keep that in mind. So I believe that is today. So I guess in a couple hours we're already gonna lose all the artifacts that we have. So when you guys are watching this video, the current shop would already be reset. Durandal's coming, Justice for All, Violet Talisman, and Rod. So out of these, I think, I don't know, Durandal could be good. If you have Assassin Cartuja, it's almost like his best in slot. Having Durandal on him, so he gets an extra CR push. He already gets one anyways if they miss him. Justice for All, until Smilegate implements some sort of buff, I don't think you need to get Justice for All. Don't even bother right now. And Violet Talisman as well, that's a Violet's artifact. At the moment, Dreamblade is way better for Violet, and that's only a 4-star. So I wouldn't waste your powder on that. But if you don't have Rod, I would say you have to get one. Rod right now is still proving to be like one of the best 5-star healer artifacts, especially with all the healers now. Shamadra staff like used to be like, you know, compared like to Rod, they used to be like all like almost like 1-for-1. But the more the healer meta kind of like shifts to this kind of like weird support and buffer thing, I feel that Rod is the stronger one. Especially that Rod heals based off of HP, targets HP. It in a way it does more healing, especially for you know, the current meta. People are able to get higher HP because we have better drop rate in gear, and we have a T88 gear. Whereas back when I started the game, you know, we had at the max 85, but you know, people were like grinding it to get up to that point. So like the entire player pool wasn't like super decked out. Whereas right now it's been like, you know, a couple months, almost a year, a couple months away from a year. People have like really like good HP and stuff, and then, you know, Smilegate releasing better equipment. People have a higher HP pool. So Rod is definitely like one of the best healer artifacts to get right now in the game. So I would definitely get it. If you are a GVG and arena heavy player and you don't have Strat Gauntlet, definitely pick that up as well. Hill-Leg Lance, I'm a kind of a meh on it. Kaladra, kind of a meh on it as well. And Infinity Basket, I think skippable. So to me, out of this new list here, Rod and Strat would be my go-tos. Anyways, that's a pretty short RBTL. I'm gonna keep it that way because not much else to talk about. So I'm gonna end this one here. Hopefully next week we get some really hype stuff. If Kisei is the banner coming, most likely we'll not get her story event again. It might just be a drop rate up banner. So that Tywin's side story runs for the 2 weeks. Next week we could get Kisei. So you can see that because Tywin's banner is only lasting for 1 week. So I think that's like the pattern for rerun banners. So when Kisei comes, I'm hoping for some really hype news, like a more solid, definitive answers on our hero balancing, or a better, you know, deeper look into it. But anyways, as this video, I'm gonna end this here. So if you guys have Discord, check out the Discord server. Follow me on Twitter and subscribe to YouTube if you haven't. As always, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next RBTL.